Hello, learners. Welcome to today's lesson. In this lesson today, we are going to be discussing the ledger entries. Ledger entries. In GSS 1, you were introduced to double entry system, a system in which transactions are recorded in both sides of the account. A very basic rule in the double entry system is that for every debit entry, there must be a corresponding credit entry. That is, every transaction must be recorded twice. A ledger can simply be defined as the main book of accounts used for recording all accounting or financial transactions. In the ledger, financial transactions are posted using the double entry system. That is, all transactions must be recorded twice in the ledger. One on the left-hand side of the account, called the debit side, and other on the credit right-hand side of the account, called the credit side. The ledger account can be classified into two broad categories: the personal and the impersonal accounts. The impersonal account is divided into real account and nominal account. This is the classification of a ledger. The personal accounts are the accounts in which transactions with persons or other businesses are recorded. It's an account that is used for recording transactions with names of individuals, firms, or other organizations who may be customers or suppliers. And examples of this type of account are Musa account, STC account, UPSS account, NNPC account. All these are examples of the personal account. Then we have the real account. These relate to assets and liabilities. Okay? The real account is kept for recording tangible things which can be touched or seen. Examples are motor vehicles, furniture, stock, etc. All these are examples of the real account. Then we have the nominal account, which relates to income and expenses of the business. The nominal account is used for keeping accounts relating to gains or losses of the business. All right? Examples of this type of accounts are salaries account, sales account, rent account, discount received account, electricity account, etc. All these are examples of the nominal account or ledger. Let's quickly look at the items on the ledger. Generally, the ledger has 4 columns. On the left-hand side, which is the debit side, and also 4 columns on the right-hand side, which is the credit side. The ledger is divided into 2 equal parts. The left-hand side is called the debit side or the receiving side, while the right-hand side is called the credit side or the giving side. The date column is used for recording the date of the transaction, while the particulars column shows the name of the second account, that is the corresponding account, to complete the double entry. The folio column is used to indicate the page number of the corresponding account, while the amount column is used for recording the amount involved in the transaction. Remember, we said for every debit entry, there must be a corresponding credit entry. That is the basic rule of double entry. Now, when dealing with accounting transactions, you also put this at the back of your mind. You debit the receiver and credit the giver. When money comes into the organization, you record it on the debit side. But when money goes out of the organization, you record it on the credit side. We are going to see an example of that. But before we go into that, let's look at some of the abbreviations used in accounting or in ledger or in cash book. We have DRO, which stands for debit, CRO stands for credit, BD brought down, BF brought forward, CD carried down, AC account, and ETC. These are some of the common accounting abbreviations. All right, it will be very good if you get used to these abbreviations, as they will help you in the ledger and as well as accounting. All right, let's look at how to record cash received and payments in the ledger. Remember, I said earlier that when money comes into an organization, you record it on the debit side. But when money is leaving the organization, you record it on the credit side. In the ledger, all cash received are recorded on the debit side, while all cash paid out are entered on the credit side of the account. Let's take an example. On 2nd of August 2022, there was a cash sales of 5,000 naira. 2nd of August 2022, cash sales 5,000 naira. If you look at this transaction, two accounts are involved: the cash account and the sales account. These are the two accounts involved in that transaction. In that transaction, you have the cash account and you have your sales account. When you open your cash account, that transaction will be recorded on the debit side of the account. That is, on 2nd of August, which is under the date column, then sales, which is the particular for that transaction, and then the amount is 5,000 naira. But then how do we enter the corresponding entry of this transaction? Remember, we said for every debit entry, there must be a corresponding credit entry and vice versa. Now let's look at the double entry under the sales account. You see, on the credit side, we have under the date 2nd of August. The particular here is cash. And then we have under amount as 5,000 naira. So this is how you enter transactions in the ledger and show your double entry principle. Now, when you look at this transaction, it is cash sales, meaning money came into the organization. Let's take a look at another example of money leaving the organization. Example 2, September 3rd, 2022, bought a motor van by cash 2,000 naira. On 3rd of September 2022, the company bought a motor vehicle by cash for 2,000 naira. Now, the two accounts involved in this transaction are the motor vehicle account and the cash account. The motor vehicle account and the cash account. Under the motor vehicle account, this transaction will be recorded on the debit side, because the motor vehicle account is receiving the money. So record it on the debit side, September 3rd, which is under dates. Then under the particular, we have cash. Then under the amount, we have 2,000 naira. Then the double entry here will now read, on the credit side of the cash account, September 3rd, particulars is motor van, and then amount is 2,000 naira. Okay, I hope you understand this. But when we get to class, we'll be able to look at more examples. So I'll stop here. I'll see you in class. Thank you for watching and thank you for staying to the end of this class. For now, goodbye.